all. Good day, good evening, whatever time zone you are in. Today I got a Sukhoi 35. I have been looking for roughly 2-3 years for this one. It's the HA5701. Personally, yeah, my holy grail, if I mention the planes that I was searching for, is also the one box that doesn't have a sticker. So it is an actual plane that's on the first edition, let's say. But no further ado, we're gonna dig into this one. This one is still sealed, new. I'm gonna unseal it. So sorry for the people that always want to keep things in holy grail mode. I'm not gonna do it. This one is gonna go in my own collection, so I'm just looking forward to putting it out there on a stand and displaying it. It has some different bombs and rockets. We're going to go over that. We're going to show everything in package and then slowly unpack it and put it together and assemble it. Stay tuned. All right, so let's have a close up on the box. So no sticker. It is just the real deal. The art is the same as the other Sukhoi boxes. It's always the same. Some basic information is now on the back with this model. Unfortunately, yeah, you have to go side shift. I cannot get it on the image, unfortunately. What I do like about these boxes, the plane's really well protected. What do I mean with really well protected? It is a nice styrofoam insert. I already unpacked it just for a quick inspection because I was so happy that it was finally in. The box is just a hollow shelf. Now, missiles. It comes with some air-to-air missiles, of course. Some for under the body, some from the side frame. It can mix. Same as Sukhoi 27 would use, I think it's the R27, I'm not 100% sure. Then the ones that make it unique, the drop bombs and some other additional air-to-ground rockets, some air-to-air missiles. I'm gonna probably go with the drop bombs because I haven't seen them yet on the Sukhoi 35. This was the only edition I think that came with these bombs. Then of course a manual. I'm gonna leave that on the box. The stand we're gonna need. Stand also still in packaging, still mint, really cool. And this one still has the tag on, so I'm really happy with that. To open the boxes, these little plastic tabs are on the edges. It looks a bit like Franklin Mint has it. It's really decent. The inside nicely hollowed out. Now let's start right away with the plane. Looking really nice and tidy. Always check the wings, by the way. They are a bit sensitive. They can come loose. This one was also a bit loose, I noticed. It has been on a display, I think, but not for long. But at least he displayed it just with as is. He didn't do anything with the weapons. I'm gonna leave this one off because we're gonna have to put the pilot in anyway. And we can just show straight away to the details. I normally grab it on the back of the tail a little bit and then under the fuselage. So keep in mind, some things are a bit weaker on these planes. I'm going to clean it a little bit because I noticed there's some dust on it. It has been displayed most likely, but I don't know how. The tail detail's really good. The slots, really nicely done. The paint, as you can see, the splinter camo is always something they're really good at Hobby Master, I've noticed. But it's literally a new plane. That's what I really like about this one. It's still in mint condition. Just needs a quick dust cleaning. It has been sitting probably in storage for ages. So these planes are quite old at the end. I think they're from 2006, 2007. So parts wise, little antennas, the cockpits are really well detailed. Even the joystick and so on, they did a great job. Also the danger logos for the intake in Russian. The end tips are changeable, so that's really cool, So the engine parts and so on. I'm gonna give this a quick detail outside of the cam, just to clean it, and then I will be back. Just a quick detail, just to get the dust off and all that stuff. But so you guys know already from the older movies, if you watch them, I like to work upside down. So that means in the styrofoam holder and the plastic holder. Why? It's a nice frame, it pushes right on the right pieces and you don't have to worry to break anything. Cockpit glass we're gonna put here for now. So it comes with an additional open cockpit like all Sukhois. So it has an open mode. I'm gonna leave this one also nicely in the packaging like it is. That's nice to have. Then we have another part, of course, wheels. We're not going to put those under there. We're going to go with a in-flight mode, but also wheels are still in nicely packaged. I'm really happy with that. Then we have the nozzles. We're going to put those in, of course, so we need those. Let's see what else we got. Of course, closed covers and a pilot. And then there is the front wheel assembly. Well, let's have a look. I think there should be, yeah, there was 2 types of nozzles, so we're gonna have to make a pick on that one. I don't think there are any additional parts yet. I'm curious if it's complete, but we'll see in a sec. I'm not sure with the older models if they put everything in one bag. It could be. Let's start right away with the hard stuff. That's the little the claps and flaps to put them in there. Now these bags, now no way back anymore. It's open now. So closed hatch front, nicely detailed. I do like that they put these little extra BOGO pins on there to have more support. Let's put this one right away in there. Usually these things fit super smoothly, but I'm always super happy with. Also what I like these rear ones are nicely marked on left. So we can go on left. It's from pilot's view, let's say. Now, it's always a bit finicky to get these guys in, but I have to say the mold fitting on a Hobby Master is always quite good. I'm more disappointed always with JC wings on the molding part. Although they make really cool planes, it's a bit of a downer, let's say. Now, so this is the right one. And then same story here. Color is a bit, no, it's not so bad. The color is quite accurate. I thought first like, hey, the color is a little bit different on the panels. It's a little bit, but not too much. Now, if these things don't stick really well, just you can always put some white glue on it. Now there were also open covers, of course, so the rear ones and then the secondary ones, they are also there, but we're not going to use them. We're going to put them in a little zip bag. Then of course a pilot. I'm not sure if this uniform color is correct, but it's a nice, interesting look. We're going to need one of these guys. If we wouldn't use the stand touch would be in there. And of course a pin remover for if you want to pull out panels from the model. This is how that would look, by the way. But I think I have a ton of these. Then of course the choices. So we have made a closed setup. The thrusters we're going to pick in a sec. Now it's time for weaponry. Now I'm going to do that off cam because I really want to spend time on this. I'm going to show you guys the finished version of that because these are all quite sensitive parts, especially if they're small QC defect. So the bomb is sticking out a little bit. I'm going to correct this. This is how it should look. So a small correction. It can happen with these older models. I'm not going to send them back, of course, because it's super rare, but it's good to show. So let me take you guys up for a close-up. So this is the setup I went with. So fun fact, these little guys sometimes are really poor fitting. All of them, by the way. It's sometimes worth checking if left or right has a better fitment. Sometimes you're lucky. I was lucky. This one had a horrible fit right. Didn't get in there. I didn't need to sand it. I just put it in the left, swapped the right, and it fits and nicely with fobs. I thought these were interchangeable, but they're not. So this is my setup. Next we're going to do thrusters. And with thrusters installed. So this is the whole bottom assembly finished of this plane. Really cool looking. I especially like the fact of these drop bombs again. Now, as all Sukhois have the same issue, the rear missile doesn't fit anymore when you want to put in the stand. So this would be a wheels only down configuration, unfortunately, because the missile would literally stick over the part. That's what it supports us. So now, where are we leaving now? So we're in the final stage. We're gonna make the stand ready. Stands are quite simple and straightforward, luckily. I'm gonna try and do it on cam, by the way. Let me put the model a little bit forward so I don't damage it. So stands are, I personally, I really regret that the Hobby Master Group stopped with these plackets. I really like them. I hope they get them back one day. They're always in the weird little tissues, the aluminum. I get it, I don't want to damage it, of course. But it's really nicely with slotted and it's billet, so, or at least an aluminum material. It's not billet, but aluminum. Don't know why I use that term. So the stands are a little bit hard to push in the first time. Once you got them in one time, it goes as a baby, but no, one time. So they push out a little bit on these little knocks. That's why you see them sticking out. That's why they also stick really well in. So let's put the plane on a stand so we have some better working environment. There is, by the way, if you guys ever want this model, there is a bit of a cheaper alternative to this model. It's the one from AF1. I don't have it. I've seen it in real life and I choose to not buy it because I didn't like how it was painted, but then at least you can get this demo model. The numbers are a bit off, but in general, not a bad model. As you might have noticed from other videos that I have. Now the pilot should go in quite easy with the Sukhoi. What I remember from other Sukhois that I have, yeah. This thing's a bit loose, I noticed, but maybe it's just a production error. But hey, look at this. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a close-up shoot with you guys, go on the details a little bit around the plane with the camera. And then... Alrighty, so a little bit of a close-up, because some details come more to judgment when you do this. So canopy fitment is perfect, although a bit loose. So the logo is also Sukhoi Design Bureau. The markings of Not Step Design Bureau logo again. The Russian logos all look really clean. A little bit of a mold error here in plastic, but in general, a really cool model. It really does this one judge better to have it in Splinter camo, I have to say. I have many of them, but this one for sure now is the nicest that I own. Maybe even my favorite Sukhoi, not 100% sure yet. By the way, the thrusters are easy to install. The longest lip has a little clicking mechanism, like an angle. You click in the first one and push into the next one. But yeah, stunning model. Yeah, so again, thank you guys for joining me on this one. Unpacking and showing you guys another model, a little bit of a different one this time. Yeah, hit me up if you have any other suggestions. It's always welcome. I'm still waiting for new releases from Hobby Master, but hopefully they will arrive soon. Thank you guys and stay safe.